I'm Lynda Ellis, and I'm the President, CEO, and owner of Capitol Concierge, the nation's largest concierge service. And my dad, when I was very young, said you should go into business because you've got a good head for it. And my view of that was, I don't want to sit on somebody's lap and take dictation. And so I wasn't interested in business. So out of high school, I went to beauty college, became a beautician, did really well, but realized that wasn't my love. So I became a flight attendant, a stewardess in those days. I moved to Japan, where I married my husband and my daughter was born, lived there for 9 years, and I was a sales administrator for Chrysler International. So I came back thinking, I have all of these skills because I imported and exported all of the vehicles for Chrysler in and out of the Far Eastern Theater, which included Korea and Japan and Taiwan and Guam and the Philippines. So I knew that I had everything I needed. Well, I was wrong, because I came back, I was still a female and I still didn't have a lambskin. So even though I had that experience, I didn't have those things that I needed, that I saw that I needed. So I decided I would go back to college. It was something I always wanted to do and I hadn't done. That in my marketing course, when I was a junior, almost a senior in school, my marketing professor, handing me my final exam, said, would you be interested by any chance in working for Control Data Corporation? And I thought, yeah. I mean, yeah. I couldn't, it was hard for me to finish my final exam because I thought, I want to go work for this company, because it was the company that I knew matched my philosophy. So I turned in my final exam at marketing, and Dr. Burr, who was a professor, said, here's a name, here's the phone number, he's looking for a part-time person, I think you'd be great. I went to work for the Control Data Learning Center in San Antonio, and I was promoted the day I handed in my final, the lambskin. I had this kind of Pollyanna thought that as soon as I got my lambskin, as soon as I graduated, and people wouldn't see me as a female anymore, they'd see me as a person. But they still saw me as a female. I had my lambskin, so the good old boy network couldn't keep me out. But it was harder. So I learned that women at the time had to work much harder, much longer, much smarter than guys. Now, there's two ways to look at that. You can play the victim, poor little me, or learn the game and get inside and make a change. And that's what I chose to do. When I came to Capitol, I was brought in as Executive Vice President. It was a completely different industry than I'd ever been in. I had been in instructional technology for 25 years, made a lot of money, had a lot of fun, it was a good run, but I got bored. So when I came to Capitol Concierge, I came as Executive Vice President to learn the company. I couldn't spell concierge when I came. I've learned how to do that. And 18 months later, I was named President. And I felt like I broke through the glass ceiling. I bought the company in 2007, and I've been here at Capitol for 14 years. The last time I went to our board and I said, why don't I buy it? Well, they got excited about that. I was excited, and I said I want a 3-month no shop, which means the company was off the market for 3 months. So I said, I'll come back to you in a month and let you know if I have my funding. And so I put a package together, a business plan, all of that experience I had in the back, all from the guys who didn't want me to get in. I had all that experience, so I knew how to do that, because who's going to do all the work? The woman's going to do all the work. And that, I know, is probably, if guys are watching this, they're saying, oh no, that's not true. Well, it was true. And it's true today in many instances. But I did a lot of those packages, and I put a business plan together, and I shopped it to the banks, and I was very, very fortunate. A good friend of mine who is on the board, my advisory board, introduced me to the president of Eagle Bank, and they funded me. Some of the things that people who are buying a business may not think about or know about, aside from putting your funding together and putting the business plan together, is what that's going to do to your life and to those who love you, to your family. A business is a very jealous mistress. Very. It doesn't care that there's a birthday party. It doesn't care that it's Christmas. It really doesn't care that you're tired. It expects you to be great. every day, every second, every minute. It expects you to do the best thing for it. And in the quiet of the night, when things are not going well, you realize that that business is your business. There isn't anybody to look at, there isn't anybody to blame, there isn't anybody to go to. It's you. I think over time and maturity I learned there's no one else in control of this career or this life. You are. And it goes back to that whole thing that I was talking about you can play the victim or you can take control. And I just chose never to be the victim. I'm Lynda Ellis. Thank you for listening to my story. You've been watching GRNPAPEr.com.